Hey, it's been a while. Where we left off 3 months ago, I was gearing up to fight lizardmen shamans. I'll need a rune crossbow, and the only way to get one of those is by getting runite limbs from either iron or steel dragons. I'm still really not too sure how to do this yet because I don't have any available dragon fire protection here on Zeah, and Protect from Magic doesn't work against the dragon fire from metallic dragons. Additionally, I have incredibly low accuracy against them right now, so killing them is going to be very difficult. The drop rate for runite limbs is 1 in 25.6 from iron dragons, so if I can kill them, the grind shouldn't take too long, and it shouldn't take too many kills at least. I don't trust myself to reliably tick eat a lot of consecutive hits, and I also don't trust my internet to hold up for that either. I'll need to figure out another strategy. Staying in melee range of the dragon would mean less dragon fire hits, but also a longer time to safe spot in case it does hit me with fire, which could be a hit of up to 50. Both my magic and ranged options have too low accuracy to work here right now. The dragon can't attack me while I'm here, which is a short walk from melee distance, so I can hide here when needed. I dropped my last set of Shayzien armor to shed some weight earlier. I'm hoping that by grinding out a new set, that will push me over the accuracy threshold that I'm going to need to kill this dragon with ranged. That's tier 5, Shayzien armor, done. I got a sapphire ring drop from a bird's nest while I was training fletching. I'm going to enchant it into a ring of recoil. Maybe that could be a reliable source of damage based on how hard the dragons hit. I have another idea. What if I could poison the dragon? Temple spiders drop both rune daggers and poison plus potions. With a poison plus on a melee weapon, I can inflict 75 points of poison damage per application. Iron dragons only have 195 hit points, so one poison activation, not including any natural regeneration during that time, would knock out almost 40% of their HP. And that's poison plus on a rune dagger. The stab bonus is only 25, and iron dragons have a stab defense of 50, so it isn't a perfect solution, but it just might be good enough to work. I'm going to need a metric ton of rings of recoil, so I'm gonna need to train my crafting to level 20 so I can make sapphire ring. My best option to train crafting right now is to make bowstrings. My crafting level is now 20. It's now time to go get some gold bars and start making some rings. My only good source of gold bars is from organized crime raids. Gangsters have a 1 in 17 chance of dropping noted gold bars, as well as commonly dropping cosmic runes, which I'll need to enchant them. 11 gold bars dropped from the second gang raid. Organized crime drops a lot of planks, so I'm going to use these to get some construction XP. Here's 50 construction. Now I can make a portal chamber. I thought I had enough limestone to build the portal chamber focus and the limestone altar, but what I didn't know is that you can fail at chiseling limestone at lower levels. I only have enough limestone to do the portal chamber now. I hope that I can still get enough limestone from Wintertot when the time comes to make the altar. Now it's time to make rings of recoil. I have a great source of sapphires here, so I won't need to grind those out myself. This is some decent crafting XP. And here is half an inventory of rings of recoil. I don't know how long these will last, but I'm hoping that it will at least be for several kills because it took almost an hour to grind out enough gold bars for these. It is almost time for the first real attempt at a dragon's life. I have a poison dagger, rings of recoil, and some melee potions. I'm about to steal some cakes, and then it is go time. First attempt, let's go. I just need to get the dragon close enough to attack it. Here we go. I completely forgot about the melee attack. That's going to eat a lot of my HP away too fast, but that is some nice damage from the ring of recoil. 10 minutes in and I've done a little bit of damage, almost entirely from the rings. My melee accuracy still is not great. Oh no, 1 HP. Damn. I'm 45 minutes into this kill and it still has 90% HP. These are the moments I live for. I haven't died in almost 10 minutes, but my damage is so low that the dragon is almost back up to full health. I haven't gotten a single poison proc in the nearly 1 hour that I've been fighting here. Finally, a poison proc. This should bring the dragon down to below 100 HP. I can't leave the area to restock while the poison is doing its thing, but I can restore some prayer right here. The Catacombs of Korin recharge prayer points for burying bones, and 2 points for big bones. I can kill these hill giants right here without letting the dragon out of sight to regain a good bit of prayer points while it's being DPS down by the poison. The poison is running out. Time to see if I can reapply it and kill this thing. Nope, I guess not. It's been well over an hour since the start of this attempt, so I'm cutting my losses for now. I want to try this again. With 2 or 3 good poison procs, I can kill this thing. And I'm dead. I've got an inventory of food on the ground under where I'll be fighting. Maybe I won't have to go restock for a while, assuming that I don't die again. It's been 40 minutes since my last death, and I've done almost no damage. 1 hour into the kill, and the dragon is half dead. This is the furthest I've gotten so far. 1 or 2 more poison procs, and that is a kill. Ouch. I have an idea. Instead of prison rushing the dragon with a poison dagger, I can entry with magic to get it close and then attack it with melee once it closes in. This should essentially give me 2 opening hits for the first dragon fire instead of 1 like before. I'm in a really good spot for a first kill right now. The dragon is at less than half HP. I just applied a fresh poison to it, and I have a lot of food sitting around on my old death piles. The poison is ending now and the dragon is very low HP. This may be a kill soon. I can't die now. I'm so close to killing this thing. It's at 30% HP, but I have a hard stop in about 15 minutes. I have to do something now. I'm actually getting some good hits off. Only 37 HP left now. A poison proc and or a few good hits and this is done. I've only got a little food left and 1 prayer point. I just got a few more prayer points, but I have to leave now. It's time to risk it. Here's an idea. What if I suicide with an inventory full of food in my safe spot? That way I'll have a stack of food that will last an entire hour during my fight. There's 4 full inventories of food dropped. Maybe I won't need to restock for the next attempt. Starting this kill off on the right foot. I've managed to almost get the dragon down to half HP without any rings of recoil, but I'm having terrible luck with the poison. Stacking food was a great idea. Not having to restock food is helping me DPS much faster. The dragon healed a lot of HP while I was walking back from Lumbridge. Obviously dying is not a good strategy, but it completely negated so much of my damage. Despite repeatedly dying and not having any rings of recoil, I have managed to get the dragon down to 30% HP again. It's been almost an hour and a half effort so far, but I feel like I'm very close to a kill. About an hour and 45 minutes into the kill. Only 20% HP left now. I haven't been able to land a hit in like 15 minutes and the dragon is already back up to 60% HP. I'm not feeling very hopeful about this kill anymore. I have no more food reserves, so meleeing is about to become much less efficient. The only way I may be able to save this kill is with a new strategy. I can attack with magic, hop to de-aggro, re-hop to the world, and attack again. This should keep me from ever being hit by the dragon, using no food and not needing to resupply. I really wanted this strategy to work, but my magic accuracy is just far too low. I'm almost never landing any hits. I've been attempting this kill for going on 3 hours now, but my DPS is just too low. It's regenerating HP faster than I can deal damage at this point. Having piles of food help me damage with melee much faster, but those piles disappear after 1 hour, which isn't long enough for me to kill the dragon. I might have gotten this kill if I had rings of recoil, but I'm cutting my losses again and I'm gonna reevaluate my strategy. I'm gonna attempt the world hopping strategy again with just range to see if I can deal any damage at all. After 20 minutes of that, the dragons in both worlds that I'm hopping between are still at full health. I'm gonna try magic again to see if I can at least reach a net positive damage rate. After 15 minutes of attempting this with magic, I can say that I do have enough magic accuracy that my damage outweighs the dragon's natural regeneration rate, but it's still very slow. With proper magic gear, this may actually be viable. I'm upgrading my magic gear now. The upgrades I'm going for are 1. The Air Battle Staff, 2. The Amulet of Magic, and 3. Wizard Robes. These all will increase my magic attack bonus from 18, what it is right now, to 35, a 94% increase. Here's an Amulet of Magic, my biggest upgrade from the list. I don't think I'm going to stay here for the air battle staff, it's the smallest upgrade, and it won't really make a difference according to my math. Here's the black robe top from the Dark Wizard. And here's a wizard hat, the final piece. Now it's time to go test out these upgrades. After 1 hour and 40 minutes, I've been kicked for hopping worlds too much. Now every time I hop, I get logged out. I didn't consider this, and this world hopping method may not be as viable as I hoped. I'm staying logged into one world now, and I'm just walking far enough to de-aggro, and then I'm walking back to attack. After almost 2 hours, the dragon is only about half dead. If I continue like this, I may get the kill at around 4 hours, which is not acceptable to me. I need to re-evaluate my strategy again. It's time for another upgrade to my magic gear, the Zeah robes. The full set has a magic attack bonus of 20, which would bring my magic bonus to 48 with the Staff of Air or 50 with the Air Battle Staff. To make the set, I'll need to farm some Zeah fabric from Lizardmen. To do that, I'm going to need to get some anti-poisons first. I have several super anti-poisons from Temple Spiders, and I'm ready to go kill some Lizardmen. I've been here at Undead Druids attempting to get an Air Battle Staff for a while now, but no luck so far. It's a 2 magic attack bonus over the Staff of Air, so I'm skipping this again for now. I just started at Lizardmen and I've already gotten a Zeah talisman. This will be amazing because before now I've had no methods to fast travel around Zeah. Here's the first piece, the robe bottoms. Now I'll need to go get a few crafting levels so that I can make the rest of the set. I'm trying a different method, making unstrung symbols. This is just slightly faster than spinning flax like before, but much less boring. Here's another talisman already, which means I'll have a good lot of charges starting out. And here's that. Now I'll only need to make the robe top and I'll have completed the entire Zeah robe set. Last piece, and now the set is complete. Here are my drops from 158 Lizardmen and Lizardmen broods. I got very lucky in the talismans, which should be a 1 in 250 drop rate for me. Here's the next step in my plan to slay the dragon, upgrading my melee weapon. The poison is absolutely necessary. It's a huge portion of my melee damage and it reduces my risk a lot during the fight. The only weapon that can fulfill this for me is the Rune Spear, which I'll have to get from Brutal Red Dragon. Luckily for me, Protect from Magic actually kind of works on these guys, greatly reducing the damage from Dragon Fire, though not fully eliminating it. No surprise here, I have very low magic accuracy at Brutal Red Dragons, and I can't risk getting hit by their strong melee attacks. Second attempt here, but their damage is just too high for me to get a kill. I may have better luck with ranged, so I'm making another crossbow to try that out. Ranged doesn't seem to be any better with the gear I have. Magic still isn't quite fast enough either, but I have an idea. Right now, I'm using the level 26 and 27 ranged and magic prayers that give a plus 10% attack, but at level 45 prayer, I'll be able to use the plus 15% attack prayers. That's a pretty large increase that can make a big difference for me at the dragons. 44 prayer, done. And 45 prayer, done. I now have access to the higher level ranged and magic prayers. While I was training, I found out something very interesting. I can actually buy a Rune Spear at Mount Corellum weapon shop, so I actually don't need to kill any red dragons. Here's the spear. The stab bonus is so much better than the Rune Dagger. With a 36 in stab and a 52 in strength, I should be hitting much harder, much more often with this thing. I've made some big upgrades, and it's time to see if they're gonna pay off. I'm back at Irons now for another attempt. Let's see how it goes. Great first hit with magic. Dropping some food here for the fight now. I just got back from gearing and someone is fighting the dragon I hit, so this one's kind of a bust. Trying out the spear now, but someone just hopped into this world and started killing the other dragon. I'm gonna be a little angry if they tag my dragon too. I'm hitting a decent amount with the spear. This was an amazing upgrade. With a 1 in 4 chance of proccing poison with melee, this could go really fast, much faster than I expected. Those deaths slowed me down a lot. I also forgot to make rings of recoil before starting this fight. This is 1 hour and 15 minutes into the fight with less than a quarter of its health missing. I'm gonna properly regear and come back. I have some work to do, so in the meantime, I'm gonna AFK magic. Maybe a couple of levels will help me in the fight a little bit. The Steel Crossbow would have a pretty decent edge over my current magic setup against the Iron Dragons, so I'm gonna make another short attempt to get it. I'll need a teak log for the Steel Crossbow stock. That's the mission. I'm only going for a few attempts here, mostly to break up the monotony of dying at Iron Dragons every time I turn on my computer. Drop 1. No teak logs. Drop 2. No teak logs here either. And the final attempt. And no logs. I'm feeling a little rejuvenated after taking a break from Iron Dragons, and I am ready to dive back in. A huge mistake I've made for the last few attempts was not bringing any rings of recoil. I'm gonna grind out some gold bars now, and I'm sure I can get a kill with my previous upgrades if I have the rings with me. The rings are done. It's time to dive into another attempt to slay the dragon. I died immediately. I'm going all in. Food is stockpiled, and I have a lot of rings to burn through. First kill. A murder-suicide, but it's done. After so many attempts, I have slain the damn dragon. Now I know it's possible. I will get that drop. The dragon is almost dead. I have to go get some food, but I think I've got this one for sure. Someone is fighting my dragon. During the minute it took me to refill my food, someone came and tagged the dragon. This is really the worst feeling in the game, especially after spending so long and getting it so close to dying. There's not much I can do about it though. I just need to grind out some more rings of recoil and try again. I've done so many gang raids without gold bars. It's supposed to be a 1 in 17 drop, but I've probably killed about 100 of them without a drop so far. Finally, a gold bar drop after over an hour of attempts. I'll need to make them last. Second kill, and I didn't die this time. This is my first real success so far. It took me about 45 minutes, which is much faster than I damaged them before. Kill number 3, and I didn't even proc a poison for the entire kill. Another dragon taken while I was restocking, after almost an hour of fighting. I didn't even see this guy. It's at this point that I just had to stop working on this account for some weeks. My internet was extremely unstable, cutting out every couple of minutes, sometimes more often than that. I just couldn't fight anything in this state. My motivation really took a hit from this and put me way behind where I wanted to be. During this time, I moved, and after over a month, I was able to pick up where I left off. I've had a lot of kills taken from me so far. So many that probably more often than not, my kill is taken by someone else. And that's just a part of playing an MMO. But this was enraging. And there it is. After so many hours, that is my Rune crossbow. I recorded most of my attempts at killing irons, and after tallying it all up, I have almost 40 hours of footage just killing iron dragons alone. It's been a long few months, but it's finally done. After so many failed attempts, upgrades, stolen dragons, lagouts, and kills, I finally have the crossbow, and exactly on drop rate too. Kill number 25. I can finally move on to my next grind. I'm very happy with how this account is going. When I started, I really wasn't sure how far I was going to get, but now I know I can make it to the Chambers of Xeric. Whether I can beat it, that's another question, and I've still got a long way to go. But this is an important step that I can finally cross off the list after almost 8 months since I started this journey. I've decided to start playing some RuneScape 3 again. I want to get good at bossing, very good. I'm on a journey to the top and I'm documenting my progress. When you watch this, episode 1 of my RS3 PVM series should be up. Consider giving that a watch between now and my next Zeah only video release. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.